What's up, everyone? How we doing? Therapy Without a Degree, chapter 203. Chapter 203 of the Therapy Without a Degree podcast. You got myself, Joe Fuggerino, is in the house, in the studio. We got Zane. I was clowning him before because I was like, yo, like, what the fuck, man? I wanted you to be here. I miss Zane, man. He don't be coming over here at the house no more. Once he fixed up his room, he don't be coming here no more. He don't be showing no love. Like, he be doing his shoots now outside. No. Let me talk. Now he does Hoboken shoots. He thinks he's popping. He's over here. Nah.
Like, I know.
Nah, this is not cool, man. This is not cool. You know what I'm saying? I was expecting to see Zane, but no. He's like, I got a work meeting. Fuck out of here, yo. Nasally.
You'll see me this week.
Yeah.
Turn up starts Thursday for me.
What?
Turn up starts Thursday.
Word. Zane, actually,
all the way till Tuesday. Yep.
Zane, can you turn your mic up a little bit?
It's up.
Okay, it's up. And then we got Natalie Cruz over here. What's up, Nat?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Nat was on the move. What you up to?
Yes. Nothing. I just got back home. I'm trying to get something fixed on my car every week. That's the way to get it done.
Nat doesn't just take care of tattoos. She also takes care of cars as well.
My own. And if it is possible for me to fix it, because if it's not, I'm not going to touch it. I'm sorry. I'm not really good at this. I'm only good at the things I'm good at.
That's the motto. That's the motto. I'm only good at things that I'm good at.
Exactly. That's it.
Word.
Yes.
And then we got Tay's working. He might hop in his studio. Tay has a mobile studio. His studio is his car, right? So he actually might hop in after work. He's still working. So then we might have Tay on board. I'm telling you, what we got to do, I think we just got to get together, all four of us, and just do like 9 podcasts in one day, and then we'll release them. We're all mad busy, yo. I think that's what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? We got to do like
it's all good.
We got to do like 20 podcasts all together in the same room.
And you don't see us for like a year.
Whoa, relax there, Zane. See, look, he's happy. He's happy to get rid of me. What the fuck?
Nah. Let's do this.
But so yeah,
I like that shirt, yo.
Who?
What is
Who's mine?
Yours, Joe.
Yours.
Oh,
I'm wearing a black shirt. Ain't nothing special.
I was just gonna say.
Never know. I don't want to just assume.
He got that in a pack of 10 Hanes black V-cuts. Okay.
For my life. Now I gotta look to see if it's Hanes. Because it could be Ralph. It could be Ralph.
I just got you in a 10-pack too. There's not wrong with that. I'm just saying. Joe's the one with the graphic tees.
Look, I've all my life I've tried to go by, you don't assume because you make it an ass out of you and me. So
I learned that from a teacher.
I try to sometimes go by that. But thank you, Nat. It is actually a Surrounded by Greatness shirt.
Surrounded by Mr. Deadpool.
Surrounded by Greatness. That's funny. So yes, we it's been an eventful morning over here at the Jersey Media Studios, all right? So I figure I'll get into that real first before I ask y'all how was your week, because, my week is just starting off fucking great.
Please talk about it, the incident.
Yeah, y'all know. I sent it to the group chat. That'd be funny if I should have waited. I should have waited till we were on air. Get y'all now, like, natural reactions.
You should have just showed the picture.
Yeah.
Just walked over with the camera.
But, so I wake up at like 5 in the morning because I always wake up a million times before I actually wake up. That's why I sleep sometimes so long, because I keep waking up. But whatever. And then I'm like, I go to bed. I get back up at 8 o'clock, 8:13 or some shit from a loud ass bang. Like really, 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 really loud. And like, I'm like kind of a minimalist. I don't really have much in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like thinking Princess fell, something, one of Zane's things fell. Like, yeah, like I don't even know, man. Like, but Princess was laying there with me. I'm like, yo, what? And I was so half asleep, I didn't even get to really think about too many of the options because it could have been one of the TVs. That's probably what I would have really thought. I got both TVs hanging. You know, to me that would have sounded like that was right. I would have never ever thought of really what it was. So then I'm like half asleep, and I think I just kind of went back to sleep for a couple minutes, and I still knock out for a little bit, and then I'm like, wait a minute, shit, I can't go back to sleep because I gotta pee because I fucking pee every 5 minutes. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I go to the fucking bathroom, and the fucking sink is on the floor. Like the whole entire sink is on the floor. Like, how does that happen? Like,
I could tell you how it happens.
I was just gonna tell you that. I was just gonna say I can tell you how it happens too. There's only 2 ways this happens.
That would tell me.
One is gravity. The other is poor craftsmanship. Those are my 2 main suspects. I'm pretty sure.
Man.
Unless they got increased gravity overnight or just poor craftsmanship. Like those are the 2.
Look, yo, if I get blamed for that shit, yo, it's so crazy too because people don't even know the history. Like I don't even know if we told the door story on here. But like,
no, we didn't. And it will never be told.
Nah, not the real, not the real story. Why not? Why not, man? Be vulnerable on this podcast. Come on, for once.
That's like.
Say it.
That's hilarious. But anyway, so like, all right, we we had the door situation. The door got stuck like a couple months ago, and had to break in and had to break the door down. You know what I'm saying? Because literally the door got stuck on me. So whatever, that happened, and then my landlord was just looking at me, laughing at me. She's just like, "That's hilarious that you were stuck in the bathroom." And
yeah, it's hilarious, Joe. Yeah. You were stuck in the bathroom.
I was. So anyway, that happened, and then now this happens, and it just looks like I'm a really reckless dude. Like it's starting to look like I just got really bad road rage in my bathroom. Like what the fuck? Like the shit won't come out, and I'm just like, you door, you sink. Like what?
Oh my god!
You're like, I'm not even built like that. Honestly, I have 2 options here. I was thinking either because it's unlikely that your landlord's gonna watch this. Maybe she will. I don't fucking care at this point because you know what? You need to fix this man's sink. But I could only imagine, like, did you have like a sex marathon in the bathroom that the fucking sink fell off and then you're like, no, that sink is really high. It's not even like at the right height.
Nah, it is rough.
Well, I mean, good thing nothing really happened there because if it did, then it would. That would have been. Ooh, one hell of a moment. I guess we're done here.
The only thing you could you would have to continue that. If you brought it to the
your foot is there.
If you brought it to the sink, that means y'all with it. Like that means like y'all are like in the mode.
The sink too.
I was gonna say the sink too until you got a faucet in your ass because
exactly.
You know,
right, and then there's water everywhere, and then you're just like, what just happened?
Yo, at least no water came out. Like, yo.
Oh, that would have
been horrible, dude.
Oh no, good thing.
Bro.
You're very fortunate that didn't even happen.
Nah.
But it also begs the question, why didn't it happen?
Nah,
because where were we getting the water from?
Nah, it was it was the wires. Nah, because if you look in the photo, the wires are just long enough to where it falls. If they were shorter wires or whatever, yeah, it would have been bad. It would have been really bad. It actually even marked up the fucking toilet too, because I guess it ricocheted and hit the toilet and then hit the floor. And then I didn't even lift it up yet to see if it shot. I don't know.
It could be the neighbor's fault still. You know,
what's up?
Against. I said it could still be the neighbor's fault. You know,
it could have been some upstairs. I mean, how does it just randomly fall?
It was at its wit's end, man.
a secret ninja. I don't know.
But you know what's crazy?
Maybe.
All right, so I'm gonna be transparent with y'all, right? So the only thing that I've done with it recently is I cleaned it, but I wasn't even aggressive. I literally just went like, with the little cloth or whatever, and I just like I didn't even go crazy. I didn't even do like a deep clean. I just kind of like just went with the.
Imagine having done a deep cleaning and then mid clean it falls. You're like the only time, really.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like
yo,
the time
for
that
real.
you clean. But it shouldn't even be like that. Like I'm cleaning it and it falls. Like that's not a sink thing.
A sink isn't supposed to fall. I'm sorry.
Right.
A couple days ago, I remember like I literally just hit it with the fucking with the Clorox wipe and shit, and then like I guess from maybe just that little bit of pressure, like it just fucked. It was like it had to be already on its last fucking leg. But
just like takes off the Kleenex. And just...
more like that part in Blade when he fucking suplexes dude.
Oh yeah, like, that's exactly what he did with Mr. Clean though.
Yeah.
Just.
It's just a carousel of people.
We're just gonna have a reenactment video of Joe just cleaning the sink.
You better get over here fast now.
We're just
while
gonna make it
it's on
as
the floor.
dramatic as possible.
Yo, for real, and it's crazy because it's like I hate the perception that it gives. It just gives the perception like I'm over here just breaking shit.
Right, it's like the most calm dude, and he's like, "Why is everything breaking around you? I have no idea."
No, but it's funny because
gentle giant.
And I also had this issue in Little Fairy too, bro. Because my fucking roommate, shout out to Brendan, he put like a fucking he punched a wall or some shit, but he had reasons to have the rage. You know what I'm saying? Like you remember him, Zane?
Oh yeah, I do remember him. That's someone that I wish I wasn't a wall.
And I got blamed for that shit, yo. When we were leaving, like I don't even know if I told you, I got a lot of heat for that and like little other stuff. And I'm just like, because the doorknob, one of the doorknobs were like from fucking 1930 and shit, and then some of the doorknobs came off, and they were fucking blaming me. I'm like, fam, like this is not the fucking Ritz-Carlton.
Doorknob. What are you talking about?
Oh my god!
With a skeleton key, like
nah, dead ass.
I've my grandparents' house, the old one that they had those glass doorknobs.
That's what it was. It was the glass ones. You remember?
Yeah, I remember. That's hilarious that these kids will never know what those are.
It's an experience. It's an experience.
It really is.
And they were really just talking shit. So I'm like, yo, like that's all I kept thinking about when that shit first happened. I'm just like, yo, it just looks like I'm just this madman, just like going crazy over here.
This madman.
But nah. At the same time though, like all jokes aside, it was crazy too because my perspective is really, really good now because I didn't even get mad or upset. I just quickly realized, yo, thank God that my feet were not there. Because that easily could have happened if I would have had my arm. Like, imagine imagine when we did the Amber scene. If that happened on camera. Like because remember you had me like press and look over. Yo, imagine that.
Imagine that's how long it took. A year and some change.
We possessed it. We possessed that.
That's
fucking
what happens.
sink,
You put that energy, that angry energy into the sink, and it exploded.
Between that and kid scene, like, look, what do we do to my bathroom, bro?
Yeah, we need to actually reinforce your entire bathroom because there's history in there.
There is definitely history. So yeah,
we're gonna have to repaint it.
It's still, as we speak, my sink is still sitting there on the floor, and eventually it'll get fixed. We'll see. I called my landlord like instantly. Usually for stuff like that, I just fix on my own. And
you gotta sound like
oh
my god, my sink broke, and then you'd be like, oh my god, and usually you gotta respond with panic. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I wasn't in panic. I was half asleep still.
You were half asleep. Like, what did you say? Like, oh my sink.
So I woke up and my sink is broken.
Yeah.
Can you do something about that? And you're just like
pretty much.
Then they're just like, we'll see. Like
that's usually the correct response.
Since then.
Nah, she was like, I heard it. Because she lives in the same building as me, for the listeners that don't know. And she's like, yeah, I heard something. And I was just like, I'm like, yo.
You got some thin-ass walls.
Nah, but that just shows you, too, like, yo, how efficient my sleeping is. Because, like, I heard it, but I was, like, going to just go right back to bed.
He said, I'm an efficient sleeper. That sounds
like a job.
That is a good job. Yo, listen, that's a good thing to be. I'm not an efficient sleeper at all.
No. You can't sleep through anything?
It depends.
When have you ever seen Nat sleep?
Does she sleep?
I don't think you've ever even seen a picture of me asleep.
Never.
No. Listen, I was taking a bath yesterday. Okay, this is how paranoid I am. I can't, and I don't know if it's just a mom thing, but I'm not a heavy sleeper at all. I'm such a light sleeper. I'm in the bathtub, soaking, having a peaceful night. June's out. He's at the studio. So I'm like, he's probably not going to be home until maybe midnight, whatever. I hear, and I jump out of the shower and I'm like, June, babe. And he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, dude, oh my God, I got scared. I didn't know, who was in the house. He's like, it's just me. I just got here. And I was like, so you didn't like pull the chairs out? You didn't like, he's like, no, I literally just opened the door. And I was like, oh my God, inside of the bathroom, behind all of the walls, it sounded like somebody literally opened the window, climbed inside of my living room. It sounded crazy. But I'm like, no, I'm just paranoid.
Nah, hey, fuck it.
So you can never creep up on that. This is facts. Just don't do it. You're gonna get real quick. So
shit,
you can't.
If your sink fell, you would have went nuts.
Dude, I would have probably fucking listen. I'm the kind of person that like when they're like scared, they'll jump out of bed feet first. Like
it's like what?
It's like one swift motion. You know what I'm saying? It's like
yo,
and then you hear
that
feet
shit,
on the floor.
That shit was traumatizing though, because let me tell you, I went right back to bed, right?
That was traumatizing, and I went to sleep after.
Yeah, I went right back to bed. Because what was I gonna do?
I sleep through my traumas.
Yeah, I just sleep. That's exactly what I do.
That's one way to go about
therapy
it.
without a degree right now. Yeah, that's it. Just sleep and just put it in the back of my mind. But on some real shit though, so I went to bed. I had a wild dream. Like, I had a dream that I was in a.
Nat, this is a therapy session for Joe right now.
Yeah.
I'm here.
All right, first Zane doesn't show up, and now the fucking sink. It's a rough day. All right.
You got the lighter.
Fuck out of here. You got the lighter on point.
Hold on, I gotta. It's not the bowl, but it's something. Hold on, go ahead. Tell me the story.
Got the popcorn. No, but I just had a fucking really rough dream, yo. That I got into a car accident, and it was one of those car accidents that like feel like you just like you hit something, and then you lift it up in the air, and then we were spinning, for real in the air in the highway, and I'm just like, oh shit. And then I woke up like right before you would think. Because it was on a highway, so you would think that multiple cars would all crash into each other the way it was. I woke up right before that. Thank God.
This is why you gotta write action films.
No, that shit felt so fucking real. That shit was scary. That shit lifted my fucking heart out of my chest because that shit felt. But instantly in the dream, I was like, shit, I'm not on the insurance policy.
And that's what woke you up.
Yeah. Well,
that's adult life for you.
The first thing that you think of. That's the first thing I was like, fuck.
Adulting is when you start looking up like vacuums and seeing which one's efficient. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, yeah.
You were doing that?
Mm-hmm. I did it. I already did it already. I already got the vacuum. This has been lasting me some time now. But the fact that I knew it was only until that moment that I'm at Target looking up a vacuum and then checking reviews based on its suction and efficiency.
Whoa. Relax.
Gotta have good suction power.
That's important. What the hell am I gonna have a vacuum that doesn't suck?
Here, I'll pay you for that. There you go.
Thank you.
But yeah, so that was my eventful morning. Zane, what you been doing, man? Tell the listeners.
Well, let me look at my schedule because I be forgetting what I be doing.
You be forgetting what you be doing. Come on, man. What you do?
Nah, this is facts. I forget what I do because I just do stuff just to do it. Apparently. Yeah, I don't really know. I was just watching TVs and shows throughout the entire time. I watched this crazy movie last night. It was called Enforcement. It was like a Danish movie, and it was like the end of Watch. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, but
oh yeah,
it was kind of like it had like that vibe. It was like end of Watch and Training Day had a baby.
Oh, Wow.
Yeah, but so the premise is like, I guess one of the cops is has to keep an eye on like a cop that's like a renegade, you know what I'm saying? And you see like and it's like they have like Arabic people, and it's in the I forgot, I think it's Denmark or something like that.
Mm.
And there's a lot of Arabic people there, but they treat them no different than they treat like black people in America. And it's like very just, but it's like kind of like really like over the top. You're like, oh shit, I because you don't see that type of environment when it's the other countries. When you like, well, over here we know how it is in America, but like how is it over there? So they were kind of showcasing that, and then they took this one of the cops took the kid because he like threw milk at the car, and then he like put him in his vehicle, and they're driving off and they're taking him to the precinct. But prior to that, before the movie started, they had arrested this black dude that I don't know if it was drugs related or whatever it was, but he was restrained, and he was like, I can't breathe, but he ended up living. And in the hospital, like they're talking about his condition, and they say, yo, on the police radio, they're like, yo, make sure that he doesn't no, make sure you stay out of these areas because that's where the kid is from.
Mm.
So no cops, please don't go in that area because blah blah, stay clear of them. So as the story's progressing, you find out the kid died, right?
Mm.
He died in the hospital. So at this point, there's a riot because there was already issues before, but now there's a riot, and they have this kid in the car, and they're trying to they're trying to go to precinct, and then they threw rocks at their car. Now they have to abandon the car, and they have to like pretty much take them. Well, they're all going to a safe area, but then the cops won't go there because that area is a red zone and they're not even going there. So then they have to pretty much go in civilian clothes and figure out a way to get out of the area and whatnot. And it's like,
That sounds wild.
no, it was a wild movie. And while you're watching this, because granted it was like an hour and 40 minutes, which is a short time for me, but like you're watching this and they put a lot of
It sounds
visuals.
intense.
No, it was very intense.
It sounds
The visuals put you in the moment of the entire film. Like it was a very different movie, and it wasn't like those movies where like you actually get invested into the character. Even the cop that was like the asshole,
Mm.
they showed him as he progressed, he became like kind of like more I guess aware, because there was a scene where he fought with the other cop that was with him, and the other cop is like the good one, and he lost that fight. So then the cop ended up walking to this hotel, I mean apartment, and it ends up being the apartment. And no, so the woman who takes care of him after he's like injured and he got shot is the mother of the kid that he arrested.
Mm.
wow.
And she was a nurse. So then she starts taking care of him, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm waiting for my son to come home." He looks at the wall, and it's her son, and it's the person that he not kidnapped, but like was about to arrest. So then he starts to change his mindset more. So by the time he's like at this point he's like, I'm gonna make sure this kid comes back home, especially after the news of the other kid dying. He was like, at this point, he was like, I'm gonna make this right. And that was the turning point. But when you see him in the beginning, up until that point, they don't really show you who's the main character.
Mm.
Like it kind of shifted. It went from you're thinking the good cop is the main character, and then it shifted into the guy who's like the asshole is like the main character. So by the
That's really
time
interesting.
but so by the time it ends, like it was actually pretty crazy in terms of character development and the story with it. And it was called Enforcement, and it was a Danish movie.
And
Enforcement.
where can we watch it?
I had to find it through alternative means, but I feel like Netflix should take it, or I don't know, because usually they take a lot of international films, so maybe Netflix would take it because it looks like it would belong on Netflix
Nice.
or Hulu. But I would say if y'all were interested, I can help y'all.
Yo, Zane, he can help y'all. Zane needs a movie review thing on his YouTube.
Yeah, it'll be coffee and critique.
Well, you gotta make it happen more, man, because you be watching a lot of fucking movies and you be giving these fire ass in depth reviews. Like I feel like I watched it
They're
already.
very good. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I haven't watched anything lately.
nah, nothing.
No, except for Love, Death, and Robots.
That's about it. Because, I mean, I haven't just recommitted to anything, to be honest with you. I'm doing my emails, and I swear I'm like, I need to get sleep. I need to rejuvenate because sleep is medicine, man.
Oh, absolutely.
This one knows. I don't know if you're to this way or under me,
Under.
but you guys know.
Yeah.
You know, we're
Sleep is-
above you. We're above you.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
all over in different places.
But yeah, man, sleep is medicine. Every chance that I'm getting, I'm like, let me just take a 20-minute nap here. Let me relax. Because then I feel like when I'm approaching my emails, when I'm approaching my business stuff, I can focus on that really clear-mindedly. And I think that's, I guess, one of the things of upscaling that is hard is finding that balance in obviously taking new customers, managing the workload, but also finding time. Okay, now I'm getting more of an influx of people. I need to also now make more time for myself, because obviously the more people that come in, you don't want to burn yourself out. And it's easy to do that when you're making a lot of money, or you feel like you're making enough money to pay your bills and do everything. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll take on this job. Boom, 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 boom. But now you also have to schedule that time really like intently, when you're going to take a nap, when you're going to rest, when you're going to just relax. So you can do that job efficiently.
I hear that, because especially when you kind of just putting things together yourself, and it's like it would be great to have like an assistant to just like, all right, I want you to do these chores and take care of it, and then let me know when it's done, and I'll give you more things to do. But like the stuff that we do is kind of like we are the person. Like
it reminds me of the Black Mirror's episode when she makes a clone of herself to do all of her scheduling, and I'm like, but that might just be torture.
Yeah, because then at that point, it's like, if then do they need sleep, or are they a robot?
Little AIs,
Little AIs.
but it's just
Little
you. It has
robots.
all the information that you have, everything that you know. It has all your knowledge without the need to eat or sleep or have any of that.
Then why have you at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a virtual you that will pretty much take care of all your scheduling. Imagine, but no. So one day I'll have a scheduler.
Word.
Fiverr. Virtual assistant dropping gems out here.
But I'd be wondering though, like I'd be seeing them things, and I'm like, I wonder how much they really do.
What you mean?
Like those virtual assistants, like what are they really doing?
Well, they only work for like, I saw like 12, like for 12 hours you paying them like
In a month, yeah.
300, 400, but yeah. So for 12 hours a month you're paying like 400, 500 a month.
Fuck that.
But it's like, if those 12 hours, if you really think about it, it's not bad, because they're not working except for the fact that you tell them to do a task that might take maybe a few minutes or a few seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to call this person. Then how long does an average phone call is, and then if they have to respond to a call, like, oh yeah, I want to do a wedding, are you available this day, blah blah blah, that doesn't take too long, especially if you talk about the details. That's like under 20 minutes, and then you divide that, like 12 hours divided by 20 minutes, that's actually a lot of time. Realistically.
You know what too? Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that was it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it works too. Like if you are a small business, I would say, if you have, let's say maybe like 10 employees or more, something like that is useful, because especially if you're closing on contracts, I mean, what's to pay $500 for an assistant that takes care of all your scheduling, all your, kind of that virtual correspondence, emailing, phone calls, texts, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It could be worth it. That $500 might just be one contract or 50% of a contract, and you're paid for the month, So
Right.
I guess it depends. I guess it depends where the business is at and how much money it's making. Because right now, I won't pay a virtual assistant.
Right.
But maybe later on I might.
Yeah, I guess like you said, it depends on how big it is and how much is really going through it. Because
Right. If
it
you're
does
getting
get to that
paid like
point.
a $20,000 contract per month, then
Yeah.
granted you can have a physical assistant or a virtual assistant. Like,
At that point, I'll have an in-house assistant.
right, exactly.
At
So
that
it's
point,
like,
you need a receptionist, you know?
Yeah.
so the money, like, honestly, I feel like the money is not gonna be an issue. Like, once you start pooling in money, like, it's kind of like allocating money for marketing. It's then you could allocate money for a virtual assistant or in-house assistant to kind of take care of your stuff. So that
Yeah.
way you could do more things. It just makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think if you have the ability to pay for something to make it easier for you so you can free up your time to do something else, then that's the smart thing to do. You're saving time, and time is only finite, you know? So it's I mean, you have to do as much as you can with that time.
Word. I feel that. So I think we take a little quick commercial break. I got to restart the Zoom. We had only got five
Already?
minutes left. Yeah, well, me and Zane were on for
Oh
a
my god,
while.
it's 2:59. Shit. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize.
So yeah, let me just real quick stop this, and then you guys are now resend the new link. Okay, we'll be back.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. All right, I'll be there.
We are back. It is just me and Zane.
Perfect.
What's going on, Sarah? Long time no talk. Long time no talk.
Yeah,
But
just us.
what's up?
I said just us.
Just us. Nah, okay. So then, damn, we don't get the female's perspective on this, but maybe we'll get a part two. I wanted to see, man. You shared a really interesting topic on the group, right? So let's see what you want to talk about. I saw there was that about the 50-50, about splitting the bills 50-50, that meme you put up, and you causing a lot of trouble in these Facebook streets. All right.
Yeah.
There's that.
I mean, that's always a funny concept. That's an old one. We could bring up another one.
Yeah, well, I had that, and then I also had the idea of being overwhelmed with work, because what Nat was saying, what she was getting to, she was getting to about being like overwhelmed and shit. So I was like, how do you kind of deal with that? I don't know which one you want to talk on. You tell me.
I give the overwhelming of work. Um, Mainly, it's something that will always come and go. Like, it's something that will always be something that you'll always run into. It's never a complete fix, but if you once you identify that it's an issue, then you have a better solution. Like, you'll have a better solution because you know what to target. And mine was, I felt like I was just overwhelmed because I kept on doing things and figuring out, because I could figure out things. There was no stopping, and that was the issue. And it was like a blessing and a curse. It's like, all right, you have a challenge and then I overcome it. Usually that slows people down. For me, I just go over it, and I go through it. I solve the problem. I go to the next, instead of saying, "Hey, you're only going to be doing like 4 things today, and then have the rest of the day off." 4 important things. So you could write down 20 things, but do 4 things you need to get done. And then the next day, do another 4 things that you want to get done.
Mm.
4 important things. And then that's it. Not something that's gonna take more than 2 hours and whatnot, unless it's like a video project. But even so, you gotta take breaks. And I've been taking breaks in terms of, say, if I'm reading a book, I'll read it for an hour. I'll take a break, but I'll take a break and not go back at it again. I'll do something completely different, and then each hour is a different. It should be something different.
Mm.
So, say if I'm doing a big project that maybe takes 6 hours, then I'll do 1 hour, do what I have to do, and then maybe the other hour I'll read a book or I'll watch a show, and then the following out every other hour I'll be working on it, opposed to going through it straight. And that's where the overwhelming comes from. It's like being in a class. Like, say, like the work that I do editing, it takes 6 hours. So imagine being in the class for 6 hours. That's
Yeah, you're
boring.
straight. Yeah.
And it's overwhelming, because and then if you have to do that constantly, you start to hate doing your work.
Mm.
So that's why, like, when I look at jobs that they make people do these tasks and then they only give them like a 45-minute break, if that, for the entire 8-hour shift or more. I'm like, yo, dude, I need like breaks. And they're like, oh, you guys are soft. You need to work through it. But you're not doing anything.
Mm.
You're in your office. You might have to read this, but you have the, like, managers, they have the option to just walk out the building and do their work in a open space. Meanwhile, you're keeping people in a box and do a work, like task work. I should be able to have the same ability to step outside and do work if necessary. Because it's like a psychological constraint when you have people work in a room for X amount of hours, especially when these buildings, these jobs that you work have no windows.
Yeah.
Does anybody understand that's called solitary?
Mm.
No different than prison when they put you in solitary. There's
Yeah.
no windows. So how does that make any difference when you're working in an environment with no windows? Like, there's no, like, you don't even have any windows. So then it makes sense that people don't want to work, or they just like, I don't want to be there. Or why? There's no windows. I'm in a confined space. I can't just walk out and do my work elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? If jobs were like that, people, listen, things, people are afraid of people not doing their jobs. Those are the people who are not doing their jobs. But if I could do my job outside, then I'm doing my job.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
As
It
long as you're
shouldn't,
actually doing it.
as long as you're doing it. If you're not doing your job, then you're not doing your job. People are like, oh, I don't want them to do these things because they won't do their job. Well, you have people not doing their job here. So
Yeah.
it doesn't make a difference. What, are you gonna have them not work here? Yeah, you're gonna make them work there. There's certain precautions and consequences for not doing your work.
Mm.
So I feel like that's usually, and so then when we have our own business, for some reason we do the same thing that we don't like to ourselves.
Explain.
Like working at home, you gonna work in your room or work in your office, and you're not leaving the house
Mm.
just to do your tasks. You're sitting in a chair. I've caught myself after reading a couple books in terms of like breaking myself out of that habit. Um, you find yourself sitting down like, I turn on my computer and I just be in my room for hours and hours. Like, I could literally just go outside.
Yeah.
Like I could take my computer, I could maybe go to a park. I could do my work outside. But for some reason, being like here, it's like, all right, I'll concentrate. I just gotta sit here in this confined space and do the work.
Mm.
And it wasn't working. Plus, I adapted and I said, you know what? Let me do it 1 hour let me do it every other hour, and come back to it. Find out that I've actually sped up the time. So instead of 6 hours, I finished the work in 4 hours.
Mm.
Because that 6 hours straight was really just exhaustion and kind of pressing through, and you just like, I'm bored, and then that's what's dragging,
Mm.
because it doesn't seem fun. But if you do it for an hour, it it kind of almost gets to that point, and then it stops, and then you do something different. So then when you go back to it again, you be like, oh, I could, and then at this point you're like, damn, it's not enough time. I have an hour, and then
Yeah.
you're done, and it kind of breaks you out of that boredom. Like, before it hits, it kind of resets when you take that hour break.
Word.
And that's how I help myself kind of get things taken care of, and I've been more relaxed. um yeah, that's honestly, you gotta take breaks when you do your tasks, and not overwhelm yourself. Like, I've realized I can only read 20 minutes at a time. Some
Mm.
people think, oh man, you're not, like, I get tired, like, because I'm thinking, and when I think, I get tired. So it's like every 20 minutes I'm like, "All right, let me take a break, and I'll come back
Mm.
to it," opposed to just reading it straight. And then that's when you just like, I don't like reading. It might not even be like, I don't, it might not be that I don't like the reading. It's usually just like, I've come to a point where I'm becoming exhausted and bored, and
Mm.
I don't want to do this anymore. because I wasn't taking any breaks.
Yeah.
And that's what it usually came down to.
Do you feel that you get overwhelmed when it comes to having multiple different things? Like, let's just say you have like nine, because okay, so you strategize your hours pretty good, right? And you do your breaks and everything. But do you feel like you have a certain amount of projects that you can only do at one time? Like X amount of
Yeah,
photo
I need to pick
shoots
one project a day.
a
Like if
day?
it's a yeah, so if it's a
Oh,
film
okay.
project, then I'm doing that one film project. If it's a photography project, I'm only doing that photography project for that day. So I split the day. Some used to be back in the day. I used to put them. It'll be all together in the same day, like a photo project, and
Yeah.
then like say I'll be doing a magazine, putting that together, and then filming, editing that same day. And you're just like,
Why didn't that work for you?
it was overwhelming because
Okay.
it took a lot of concentration and planning to focus. And I used to do the magazine all in one day.
Yeah.
And then I stopped that. I broke it into 3 days. So this day you're gonna lay it out. The next day you're gonna add pictures. Third day you're gonna finalize and edit pictures. And then that was it. Opposed to those all being done in one day, which blew my mind. Yes, I did it, but at the cost of my mental health. And that was very, very important to not break my mental health.
Well, yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
that's why I had to break it up. And
That,
then when it comes to filming, I was like, that takes another concentration by itself. And that needs to be broken up. But I could manage that in a day.
mm,
Like 6 hours is like usually the cap.
yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly, yeah, 6 hours is usually like that's the
Well,
threshold.
you said that's your number pretty much for everything, right? You're 6 hours a day.
Yeah, well, yeah, 6 hours. That's just for like the one project for filming. Like in terms of like editing. Uh, In terms of like, I want to condense things into 4 hours. In terms of like maybe marketing, answering some calls, editing some pictures, get things done out the way. You could do it in 4 hours. But if it's like a film project, then that usually takes me 6 hours, depending on what the project is. If it's
Mm,
like a music video or anything that's doing music or like editing a film, then it might take longer and it's broken up into other days. But if it's a like a small editing project, usually it takes like an hour or two to put together, and that's not a problem.
mm,
But but you just gotta delegate time management. A lot of people they lack in that department, and they don't see how important that is. And it's like,
yeah.
damn, I don't have enough time in the day, and that's why they go to bed late.
Yeah.
It's like, I ain't have enough time for myself, so and they just push it all into nighttime.
Yeah. Now, for you, what do you feel like is your daily, like you said, so 4 hours is like your preferred work day?
Yeah, 4 hours is yeah. I got the book 4 Hour Work Week, and after I read that, I was thinking about it. There's a lot of things that I could get done within 4 hours, so I had to
Mm.
wake up early. So I wake up at like 7 a.m. But before it even hits 11, I'm already done with everything, and I have the rest of the day to
Well, for that
myself.
project, right?
Well, just yeah, just in
Yeah.
general, yeah. And then for the project stuff, like now I've recently, um, once it hits 10 o'clock at night, that's it.
Oh, you
No
don't
more
do
work.
anything after 10.
Nope. I could watch a movie,
Yeah.
I could watch a show, but you will not do any work because my brain starts to just kind of bog down. I was like, why am I doing work at this time?
Yeah, and
I
then
need
after the
like
4 hours, like, so 4 hours is kind of like your cap. So
right,
after four, you're like, I'm just done.
right. After four
Yeah.
hours, you work the whole. You know what I'm saying? Then you have because you need time to socialize with family too, and friends,
Yeah.
family, friends, or just some time for yourself.
Yeah.
So you have that in between, and that's usually in the afternoon. So after like 11 or 12, you should be, kind of enjoying the daytime, getting that vitamin D. And then if you get home, you can do whatever. But for me, once it hits 10 o'clock, that you need
That's
to
your cap. Yeah.
relax. Yeah, that's because I need to wind down so I can go back to sleep, opposed to just kind of just going straight.
Mm. Okay. So you're saying that the book really kind of helped you out, kind of figure out that time frame for yourself, right? Like, because you were feeling like that overwhelming feeling, and you were like, all right, well, let me try to condense it down to the amount of hours.
Right, right. And I had to read a book called The Power of Habit in order to make sure that I do it, because it's one thing to say, yeah, I got this whole plan. It's another thing to actually execute it. So I needed
Mm.
to read a book to kind of get rid of some bad habits of getting things done,
Yeah.
because I wasn't getting things done. So then once I read that, then I was reading the 4 Hour Work Week, and it helped me to be a little more efficient in my time and needs to be done. Like I could write like 20 random things that need to be done, and I'll pick like the 4 things that I want, and then whatever is not picked rolls over into the next day or that week.
Okay.
Because I used to just kind of do, like, say I write down 20, I would attempt to do 20. And then once that 20 was done, I would add on after I did the 20. It was like that's where the overwhelming became, because it was like a never ending. I'm just adding more work. It's like a manager just saying, "Oh yeah, you're done with that workload. All right, here's another task. Here's another task. Here's another." I'm like, "Yo, like,
you're like, relax.
Can I give me a break? I was about to quit myself. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. You can't.
Like that.
You
It's
can't do that.
nuts. So it's just like you have to chill. Like, your threshold. Like, don't try to push it thinking like, oh, like I'm only making myself tougher by, nah, man. Like, it's not even that serious. It really isn't.
Yeah.
It really is not that serious, man. Like, yeah, and I know people say, oh, I got kids. I hear that, but just understand, if your mental gets destroyed, you are no good to anybody.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean that's good that you try like figured out that time of like how many hours is good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
because I think a lot of people, they don't know, or they don't attempt to, like, if they get overwhelmed, they don't try to see, okay, how many hours is it? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, how many hours until you like say like I'm fucking done? Like,
Yeah.
that's it. But some people, they will make themselves work, because sometimes there's some people that they don't got shit going, like they don't got shit to do, so they say, all right, well, I guess I could do more work, opposed to you could go outside and enjoy yourself and take care of yourself and relax. They're like, oh, why am I gonna relax if I don't have blank?
Yeah.
I don't have a big ass house. I don't got a yacht. Why am I relaxing? It's like relaxing is like a sense of punishment, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking nuts to me. And but I'm here to tell you, like, listen, you need to give yourself time.
Yeah.
That's it. Because you're gonna regret it. This shit ain't coming back. Time is done. Like, that's it. Once it's gone, it's gone. And then you gotta be very, like, as older you get, you gotta move a little smoother and wiser. Yeah, you gotta hustle when you're younger, but you don't have to hustle to the point where you've lost 10 years of your life and not enjoy it.
Yeah.
You don't have to punish yourself.
Yep. It's all about that balance too, and that's one thing I've had to kind of like I've gotten over these last few years too, is like work on the balance. Like I don't know, like I'm at the point now, these last couple of years, is that I kind of found a nice balance to where like I am still working my fucking ass off, because for me, my overwhelming threshold for me is different. So for me, I could go probably per day, I could do like 9 hours, at least. I could do like 9 hours, but I also spread it out too, just like you. So sometimes it seems like more, or sometimes people will assume that I'm working for longer than I am, but I do a lot of the breaks, and that's what makes it easier for me, right? Is being able to kind of have those breaks and do what I do. So like I'll do like 2-3 hours at a time, then I'll go for some relaxing time for 30 minutes. Then I'll go do 3 hours or whatever more of work, or 2 hours more of work, and then I'll go do maybe an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, I'll pretty much kind of will mix it up. Like I'll do maybe 4 hours, like especially too, like last time we had the me time, the fun time discussion too. So now sometimes I try to actually think about it a little bit more. Try to be like, okay, well actually how long am I spending not actually working? So I definitely mix it up, but I think what's helped me over these last couple of years too is being very precise on the dead time that we do. We do a lot of like dead time things, and I used to do a lot of that, and now I still do it, but I definitely feel like I've gotten better. Like sometimes I would go, like let's say right now, I'd be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go get coffee at 7-Eleven, right? And I would go, and I would end up sitting in the car for 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes maybe before I even leave. I would just turn the car on, be on my phone, scrolling and not even thinking about it. Then I'll go to 7-Eleven and I might be in the car before I even go in the store, you know? And then I'm in the store buying a coffee, I'm chit-chatting with the guy, and then I almost do the same thing going back, right? So that's like a whole hour just to go to the store. And that's crazy. So what I've done is I've tried to be a lot more precise and direct in the certain things that I am doing for like my leisure time or like my little breaks and stuff like that too. I've tried to make those very precise, you know? Like, all right, if I'm going to go to fucking 7-Eleven, I'm going to go to 7-Eleven, get my coffee and come the fuck home, you know? Or if I do spend a little time in the car, it's going to be kind of limited. Like I'm not going to do it on my way there. Maybe I'll just do it on my way back, you know? Or like if I'm going to get something to eat, I usually like to eat and sit down at a place, you know? Okay, maybe after I'm done eating, I kind of got to pay attention. Okay, I'm not sitting here for fucking a half hour, you know what I mean? Cutting down a lot of those dead times. So as I've gotten better with that over the year, just cutting it down little by little, you know, over time, then I'm like, okay, I have a balance because I did X amount of those things, but then I was still able to get in like work, like shit. Yesterday I managed to fucking, it was really good. I managed to work, probably did about 7-8 hours of work for the day. I went to the track, I went to the pool, you know, but all those different little things that a couple of years ago I probably would have did a lot longer. Like now, on, let's just say the gym closes at a certain time. So normally I would have went probably like 3 hours ahead of time. And I would have just maybe fucked around, did a couple little things or whatever, then actually go work out. Now I know, the gym closed at 7. If I get there at 5:45, I only have an hour to swim. I bang out that hour. So I did that. And then I went to the track. Same thing. They closed at 8 o'clock. I got there at like 7:15. So I only had 45 minutes to do it because they closed. So it was like cutting down a lot of that dead time in those things I do for me, you know? So it kind of, by doing that, it kind of gave me a lot more balance in having, the time because I like to be able to have 7-8 hours of work. I'm also that guy, that crazy one that you say is like always, weekends will make you weak and you got to work and you got to grind. I am that guy. But then it's like also you got to have that balance of, having your time because like you said, life is short and shit like that. So you got to enjoy yourself. So it's just like finding that balance of it, because like I said, I'm one that feels like you got to, if it depends. If you have certain dreams and you have certain goals and certain aspirations, like you obviously, in my opinion, you could only work a couple hours a day, but you just have to be, you have to be cool with the fact that they're not going to happen as quick as you want them to happen. Or you need to have the money to be able to pay people to do the things you're not doing in those times. So it's like, those are just my beliefs, and that's why a lot of times I'm like, you know what, I'm putting in the work, because until I can pay somebody to do all this shit myself, it gotta get done. Like it gotta get done because the goals and the places that we wanna really go. But just being like you said, kind of very balanced and just paying attention to those things. Like trying to just be more manageable, like you said, with the time. Like am I watching a YouTube video that I could just be listening to while I'm working? You know what I mean? Right. And, for that time management, and also knowing what, like you said, like what actually makes you feel overwhelmed, and also knowing it too with the people you work with. That's why like it's good to always have to talk with you. I'll be like, yo, like you tell me, people need to have these conversations with people. Like, yo, tell me when you're overwhelmed, or even like with a partner. You know what I mean? Like, tell me when you're overwhelmed, or a parent. Like, tell me when you're overwhelmed, when it's like, all right, you can't hang out all the time. You know what I'm saying? Or you can't be on the fucking phone all the time. Like, sometimes, it is, man. Some girlfriends or people, they want to be on the phone for hours,
I can't be on the phone for too long.
Yeah.
Unless it's talking business, or even that, I can't be on the phone for too long. I can text you. I could talk to people for hours in person opposed to on the phone.
Mm.
That's the difference.
Does it make you feel more overwhelmed?
Yeah, because it's just like, I don't know. Like on the phone, it's just like I can't see you. I can't see your expression. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you're not physically there. Like to me, I feel like it's just there's a lot of things. That's just me. In person, I could talk to you for hours. Like I don't get overwhelmed unless they're a person that just talks and they just talk, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna head out. That's
Yeah.
when it usually happens. If there's like because there's a different type of people. People who like to have conversations with you, and then there's people who like to lecture, and you're just like, I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for this TED talk. I'm out.
Like, yeah, like I am not beef for that.
Not be for that, man. And it's great. And I definitely, as I got older, I'm like, oh no, all right, man. I'll talk to you later, man. Like I'm not even entertaining that anymore. I used to be like, giving like, listen, not like nah, because the moment I start saying something, oh man, I gotta go. Nope, nope, nope,
Yeah.
nope, nope, nope. Y'all kiss my ass.
Fuck them, right? But now, but those
Exactly.
are things you got to do. You got to be able to, like, because if you're feeling, because some people will feel like overwhelmed on a phone call that they don't even want to be on, or it's just too
Yeah,
much for
because
them.
sometimes it's the length, sometimes it's just like the overwhelming. They're pouring their fucking emotions, and you just like you gotta be aware, like, is it okay that I talk about this one topic, right, at a time?
Yeah,
Sometimes it'll be like after that one overwhelming topic, they got another topic, and then it's another one on top of that topic. It's like they're dumping every single issue that they're going through back to back. Like, let's focus on one, and then after that day is done, then maybe tomorrow or within the week, maybe you go to
yeah,
the next one. You know what I'm saying? But and then me, I'm like, it's like just people who are empathic and they just like fucking absorb that shit, and then they're like, all right, thank you for listening, and they end the call, and now you just like overwhelmed with all this shit that they just dropped on you, and you just like, are you just gonna leave?
you gotta send them an invoice.
Like that's what I'm gonna be doing now. It's like you're gonna just, yo, what's your email real quick? What's your all right, cool, cool, cool. And you're gonna fucking see like Zane therapy session, fucking
Yeah.
250 for the hour.
Word. Nah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Maybe that'll make them stop. I'm gonna test that theory. Like as they're talking and you're on the phone, and all of a sudden like, yo, check your phone real quick. Like what happened? Wait, what? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You running the minutes.
It's tough too, man, because that's a tough thing to even think about because, you know, it gets to a certain point where, you know, with people, like, you want to be able to be a friend to certain people, and you want to be able to be that person that they could talk to, right? But I think people start having those feelings when it's just things that is being said again and again for like multiple times.
Yeah,
I think
repetition is
yeah,
like, holy
repetition. I
shit.
think that's when it really starts because, you know, we all, you know, we're good friends to who are close friends, so like we'll hear you out. Like if I hit you with something random that you never heard before, you know, you'll actually probably hear me out. But if I tell you the same bullshit that I've been fucking stressing about, you're just gonna be like, okay.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like not even like you won't even be like that. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think it's really what you're coming at them with, because it's like once you know, when people give you advice and perspective, and that's one thing we kind of all do here on this podcast, it's like, you know, it almost will sound contradictory, but it's like, okay, you want to help people and you want to be able to give people insight and perspective on things, but at the same time, it's like, don't take no one for a fool. You know, don't, like, you came to us for a reason, and that's one thing. Like we always had the conversation, me and you as creators, about to like certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're coming to me for graphic design, you came to me for graphic design for a reason.
Right.
When I send you the image, like, no offense, just shut the fuck up. Like,
That's what we want to say. That's like the inside of the head. It's like if you're like, we wouldn't want to give you work that's not going to represent our brand how we want it to represent the brand. So if you're paying us to do it, we're going to obviously do the job that we're going to do.
yeah,
So it's just like when you're like, oh, can you do it like blank, 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 and blank? You're just like, then at that point, what you want to say is like, why don't you do it?
yep.
Oh no, but you're the professional. I heard you, but it sounds like you're the professional, and maybe I should be paying you.
Yeah, and obviously there's always like, you know, obviously if like you misspelled a word or there's it's very
There's some,
yeah.
obviously it's not gonna be
There's
perfect.
those certain cases like when we say this because me and you know what we're talking about, but like not
Right. Other people be like, oh, why
yeah
they're not room for no. There's
no
room for revision. I'm just saying, like in terms of like direction.
yeah.
That's a
There's just
completely different.
yeah. It's just like man, like there's certain things that just nah. So it kind of goes to the same way with advice and perspective and stuff like that. Like if you're not if you're coming with the same exact thing all the fucking time and you're just not person's giving you advice or giving you perspective on it and then you're always still coming with the same shit, it's going to get to the point where the person's not going to have anything for you and they're going to want to end that conversation and you're going to be overwhelming to them, you know. And on the flip side, like if that person's doing that to you, you need to now flex your no muscle or say, yo, like, nah. You know what I'm saying? You need to end that conversation. Like, it's some real shit. People will just like, yeah, I've wasted so many fucking years before like I really understood that shit. Just on the fucking phone with people, just being a fucking ear to them, just trying to be like the good guy and shit. But it's like, yo, like,
But you know what's funny about that? It's just like the all that time that you put. Sometimes they remember and they reciprocate it, but then other times it comes off as like, yo, I listen to you, but you can't support me.
hmm, yeah,
Those are two different things. So it's just like sometimes, like not sometimes, but like I like to do things without having to expect anything in return. So if I definitely listen to you for X amount of time, that means I actually care. If you don't reciprocate that, that's cool. But
hmm,
at the end of the day, like I did what was needed. You know what I'm saying? Whether you acknowledge it or not, that's the kind of person I am, and that it just go from there.
word.
That's what it really comes down to. So we all have those situations where like, yeah, I did all this and then they just say I'm gonna not do it no more. I'm like, why? That's like I love and then I gave love, so I'm just gonna take it away. No, you continue to give love. It's just the person that you gave it to didn't appreciate it. Doesn't mean you should sacrifice that within yourself to not love again. That's
Yeah.
just I was like, I get it. Trauma does this and blah blah. But I had to come to a point where I thought about it. I'm like, what was I doing? So I'm gonna block love for myself because another person didn't appreciate it.
Mm.
It just doesn't make any sense when you actually get to that point. But wait a minute, what am I doing? No, I could continue to love. It's just that, and it makes other people think like, yo, he gave me all this love. She gave me all this love, and then when you give it to them and it's taken away, damn, he's gonna give that to somebody else, and that's when the manipulation comes back. But then you have
Mm.
to flex that no muscle and be like, nah, you're not getting this no
No,
more.
and
Fuck out of
deflect.
here. And then they're gonna at that point, if more people were like that and said no, especially then they'd be like, all right, I need to be mindful of how I treat others and because you're not teaching them a lesson if you take them back.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to say no when no is needed, not because I don't want to make them feel bad. I was watching this cartoon the other day. I had the laziest Sunday I've ever had in years. Let me tell you, I actually laid in bed because I fixed my room and I was just watching TV from my bed, which is that hasn't happened in years, over 10 years to be exact.
Jesus.
All right, so I was watching TV and I was watching a show called I think it was Craig from the Creek or something like that. It was like a cartoon show on Cartoon Network, and the character, one of the characters, like one of the main characters' friends, Craig, she was asked out on a date and she didn't really like the dude, but she
Mm.
said yes because everybody else was was watching and he had asked her to go to this dance and she just said yes. But then as the show's progressing, like the character was like other characters were saying like, yo, you have to tell him that you don't like him like that, like because he doesn't give you that flame like you want, so you should, and then she was thinking about the future of her being old and not saying no, and then he's like this old dude and then she's old too and she's like miserable because she never said no. because she didn't want to make him feel bad. And I was like, that was a deep ass episode. And eventually she told him no, but she got aggressive with the no. But then she was like, and he was like, oh, I get it. And like, he, you know what I'm saying? Then he was just like, I understand. I'm sorry I made you feel like that. I understand the third.
Wait, he said I
Um,
understand.
yeah, so I understand. But before they showed you that, because it's a comedy show, it was like, oh, I understand. And he like flew off. He's I'm gonna just die now, and he exploded. He's like,
Well, I
but
mean,
that
of
was
course, I feel him. I mean, if the bitch is fucking
right.
lying to him for fucking 90 years, of course you're gonna think she feels you.
Right, but this is not the night. This is just like back, like now, now. Like it was her thinking 90 years into the future. She was saying she was just thinking like for the current being is like I'm not gonna keep not like being with this person. I don't like them, and then years go by, I don't say anything. But it was just funny because it was like at that moment when she finally did tell him, like after they went to the dance, like he understood and whatnot. But and it's like there's a lot of situations where we don't want to make people feel bad because the no apparently is the most powerful word in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
man, you gotta speak up.
like you gotta say
Nah,
no.
we done with that. We done
But
with
we
that.
don't do that with work though. We don't do that with a lot of things because when you attach money to it, man, that no is fucking obsolete. If you have a client that's paying you and she wants you to do something or he wants you to do something and you and there's needs to be a no scenario, you're not saying no, man. You're gonna say, oh, we could do it like this, we could do like
Yeah.
that, not like this. We don't say no
Yeah, well, people need
because
to start
we
speaking
created
up.
this barrier saying no, you can't say no.
Mm.
That's a problem.
Yeah, no, it is.
And then we have to explain the no. Like it's never a sense where like if I said Joe, you want $1,000,000, you're gonna say yes. I don't need to ask you why.
Yeah.
So when you say, hey Joe, I'm gonna give you $1,000,000, I don't need you say no. I don't need to know why no. I feel like people think about that too much. If I give you an answer, I don't really need to give you a why.
Eh,
No, you don't need to give a why.
Why not?
Joe, what's your social security number?
I would tell you, not on air.
No, don't tell me.
Not on air. Not on air.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
You know,
But
just
but
in
you get what
case.
I'm saying? Like if I ask you what your social security number is, you'd be like, no. I don't. If I ask you why, this shouldn't be a why. I'm not giving it to you. I'm not giving it to you.
I get you, but I do feel
People shouldn't be dignified with a certain answer.
it depends, I think, on how close people are.
Well, if it depends on how close it is, then why is no still a problem? You should be saying no easy then.
Yeah.
But apparently that's farther away.
Yeah, well, that is fucking stupid. Like,
Think about that. You say, oh
That's
yeah, so
stupid.
if I give you a reason, it should be easy if we're close. Then why is it hard to tell someone no?
I don't know.
Because they're close? You see, there's a catch-22 to that
Well, no,
scenario.
because they be afraid that the relationship is going to change. But it's like, yo, why would you want to live
because of
like
how
that?
it makes them feel.
Yeah, but it's
Right.
like, why would you want to live in a fucking bullshit fucking scenario? You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's honestly, it's some people, they just are content with just moving forward with life. That's what it comes down to. They just really content with just not doing anything, and they say, "Yo, I'm just gonna I'm comfortable where I'm at."
or confrontation. Maybe they don't like fucking
No,
confrontation.
they don't like confrontation because I don't really like confrontation. But I will. I don't hesitate. I'm be like, nah, man. I don't think I could do it. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I'll let you know. But it's not. I wouldn't put myself in the situation. That's why certain jobs don't work for me. And I was like, why would I put myself in a situation where I'm not enjoying it?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not knocking whatever that job is. I won't enjoy it. So
Yeah.
why am I gonna hold that slot, not enjoying it when someone else could enjoy it? Let them enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Some people, and that it goes with relationships too. You might not like that person. Doesn't mean you should make them feel like shit because you don't like them. He'd be like, listen, I don't like you. Someone else will like you. Someone else will like you. That's it. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna come for your life because I don't like you. We, you know, the same, like, someone else is gonna love you. I don't have to be here.
Hold on.
I'm be out.
I just realized something.
What happened? You weren't recording?
Not
This meeting is being recorded.
Damn.
I have the audio at least.
Damn. It's all right. It's cool. That's cool. That's
This is
fun.
why Zane, who lives 5 miles away, needs to fucking be here.
That's hilarious. He's like that. It's funny because I didn't realize the icon wasn't there. I thought you were recording the entire time.
That's why I hate fucking Zoom. I hate this shit.
You should go. You should come to Skype, man.
I hate fucking both of them. I hate all this virtual shit. I could fucking probably
Man.
throw a rock at your house.
If you can, and then that explains why the sink was broken. If that was the case, then I know why the sink broke.
Oh man, they're fucking sick, man. And now I'm pissed too. Like, yo, listeners, y'all can hear this shit too. Now I'm pissed because it's like, I got shit I gotta do. Like, I fucking be on the move. Like, I gotta go now, and I want to leave out of here. And then, knowing my luck, the second I get to where I'm going, oh, we're gonna come in. I don't like people being here when I'm not here.
You know what I realized? You do this every single time we go somewhere. You notice that, Joe?
What you mean? Oh,
Every single time, Joe. I don't know,
yeah,
man.
because we got something coming up.
Yeah, every single time, Joe. Every single time, Joe. It's like you want this to happen.
It's
I
not on
don't
purpose.
know.
No, but
I
you
don't
know it's
know,
not
man.
on purpose.
I just realized that. What's going on, man?
Wow, I just realized that too.
Wow, man.
It better be fixed before then.
What? Well, what's today? Monday? You better hope so. I'm gonna be like, oh nah, man.
No,
Nah, I should be.
shit.
If not, I'm gonna be tight.
Yo, speaking of that, I gotta figure out where to bring Princess.
Oh yeah, princess.
Yeah, listeners, me and Zane are going on a little getaway. All right,
Yep.
so a little getaway, and I gotta figure out who's gonna take care of Princess for those couple days. I didn't think about that until now.
That's a good question.
That's a very
What we
good.
gonna do with princess?
I'm gonna sneak her in my book bag.
That'll be interesting. I mean, she's not loud anyway, so I mean, she'd be chilling.
She probably would be. I don't know. Now that's another thing on my fucking brain. Look at that.
Right.
Fucking shaking my damn head. But no, we got into some things. Fucking Zoom, fucking toilets and sinks and shit. Fucking crazy. My luck, yo.
So anytime someone gotta go somewhere, just be mindful the week prior what's about to go down.
To the listeners that don't know, the last time we fucking went away, I left the fucking gas on.
Yep. Something every time we go somewhere. That was the Cali trip, right?
No, that was North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Nothing
So
happened. Nothing happened for Cali.
Oh, perfect.
We were good for Cali.
Right. No, something did happen. To me though. That was
It
the
did?
difference. Yeah. They fucked up my goddamn bag.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
They manhandled that shit.
man, they tore my bag and fucked up my laptop. Fuck you, Spirit Airlines. That's right. I called you out.
It would have been any airlines though.
No, fuck you, Spirit. That's what I'm going for.
So
It's directly to them.
So you
No
think
one else.
you think another airlines wouldn't have done it?
No, they would never.
They would have held the thing like a baby.
They would have held it down. It probably would have gotten like maybe a little slightly, a little ashy, but not fucking just like ripped. Jesus Christ! Like, did you kick it with a fucking knife? Like, what's going on here? Listen, and they didn't reimburse me, but I did get my money back. So thank you, Bank of America, for holding it down.
Yo, fucking, that's another fucking thing. Don't get me fucking started with these banks and shit. Fuck PayPal, man. PayPal sucks.
Nah, PayPal does
PayPal
wonders for me.
sucks. Yo.
Shout out to PayPal. I like y'all.
Fuck
Joe
y'all.
don't like you, but
Yo,
I like you.
I got a payment the other day, all right? And they go, and then they're so fucking nosy. So fucking this doesn't match your usual activity. This is a little larger than what you usually deal with. So, who the fuck cares, all right? I'm getting fucking paid, all right? The fuck does it matter to you?
Oh shit! Listen. We see you've been broke a little for quite some time.
Quite some
it's
time.
a little unusual.
Yeah, this is unusual, right? And it wasn't even that much further than what I normally
It's like,
get at one time.
First of all, mind your business.
Yeah, mind your fucking business, PayPal. Then y'all had the nerve, the fucking nerve and the audacity to put
He
the shit
took
on
the
hold.
mic off the stand.
No, because we getting personal now with fucking PayPal. Yo, then they put the money on hold.
Oh my
They
god.
put the fucking money on hold, man. And I'm just like,
Yeah, because you don't use it.
yes, I was. I was about to use it.
You're about to use it. How long did you last use it?
Yo, but I couldn't. They put the fucking money on hold, and I'm like, all right, well, let me, Then I Googled the shit, and they're like, well, you need to add tracking number to it, and then once it gets tracked and it's shipped and it's in the person's
you
hand-
did it wrong.
No, I didn't do it wrong. The person I guess sent me the money chose that it was for a service or good or whatever.
It was good. They did it. You got to do it yourself because when that happened before, where because of that they could easily cancel.
Whatever.
Because of that. So like me, I have it's just mainly service. I don't have to deal with that. But one time I did, luckily the person wasn't a dickhead, but like they could have easily been like, oh, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and because there was no shipping number, it was a service.
Yeah, I would have
and
been in
then it was
jail.
screwed.
I would have been in jail.
So some people might do that on purpose.
Well, I chose the option and I said, order processed. I was like, there was no tracking number or whatever. So then I give it till fucking this morning, right? I give it till fucking this morning, and it's still money is still hold. I'm like, fam, this was like fucking 3 days ago. This was like Friday or Thursday. I'm like, y'all kidding me right now? I call them up and they're like, nah, we can't do it over the phone. We can't fix it. The person has to go on a web browser and they have to do it.
Yeah, that happened to me. That happened. They had to do it on their end to say that it was cleared. Did they do it?
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah,
finally.
So
and they took a fucking fee on top of another fee. Like they took the first fee without even telling me. Like mad disrespectful. Like you already took fucking $25 from me. Now, when I go to add that shit to my card, you're gonna take like another $25.
Oh my god!
And then people wonder why the fuck I just say just Cash App. Cash App is real. Shout out to Cash App. All right, it's $ Media Jersey and also $ I Am Zane Studios. You can fucking donate to us right now. Fuck PayPal. Fucking complicated ass fucking people, man.
I like PayPal. Just to let you know, I Am Zane Studios
Fucking
loves PayPal.
Yeah,
you always show out for me.
Until they put your fucking money on hold. All right. The fucking I want access to my fucking funds, man.
Nah, I hear that. The only thing that PayPal needs improvement on is if I put money from my bank into PayPal, it needs to be instant. That's the only thing. I shouldn't have to wait like 3 to 5 days.
Yeah,
but it's cool though. That's it. That's the only thing I have.
Well, no, you could do instant. I do instant. Instant to the debit card.
No. I'm talking about from your bank to PayPal. Takes 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah. See,
from
we're in
PayPal
fucking 2021. We are in 2021. How the fuck is Cash App, this little fucking nice, great app? How is it so easy on there? No, but for real. Like, people talk all this shit about Cash App, but it's so simple. I've never had a fucking issue with Cash App. Ever.
Now they're like a bank, right?
Yeah, I got a debit card. They're fucking
like,
running stocks. I don't know why sometimes people are so against them. When they
why? Because in the beginning, it was kind of like a little like, it was shady. It was kind of like, all right.
Whoa.
It wasn't a big thing.
Because people didn't know what it was.
They weren't aware. Now, because it's become so popular, now it's become a thing. So there's no issues now. But before, they shouldn't have. Right now, they shouldn't have issues. And I use Cash App too. But for my business, I use PayPal because I have a business account with them. But when it comes to like Cash App in terms of like little like things that are non like business related and whatnot, then I use Cash App and whatnot. It makes things quicker. Plus, I use Zelle. If you go from Zelle to Zelle, like I guess bank to bank, then they don't take no fees out. Like I send my mom money for like certain bills that I need to take care of, and so it goes direct, no problem, no fees, no nothing. When it's like Zelle to Zelle or like bank to
Yeah.
bank, you cool.
I hate
But
when,
yeah,
I hate when
you
people
just
ask
got to
me
know like
for Zelle.
the limitations on certain things.
You know, one thing actually people don't know about Cash App too is Cash App. You could actually change the settings to where it shows that you have a business. Like you could change it. There's a personal option and there's a business option. So like
You could change that anytime.
yeah,
Doesn't it take stuff out or something?
Yeah, automatically takes a fee or some shit.
But
yeah,
doesn't it always take a fee anyway?
I don't know the exact, but they have it because I have two Cash Apps. I have one that's business and one that's personal.
Because I have a personal, so that's
You could change
that's
it to
what
business,
not that I would have to create another account.
possibly, or maybe I'll look for it for you.
Nah, because I'm on there right now.
In the settings
Yeah.
and stuff, there's nothing.
Yeah, it just shows personal, so I would have to create another account that.
Oh no,
would
on the
be
bottom
business.
it says change account type. So click personal. Right, I'm gonna teach everyone here right now. This is all learning lesson. Right?
Yep.
So, you see it? You see
Nope.
personal? Hold on, it's all white. Scroll down.
Nothing.
Oh, that's because you got an iPhone. I mean, an Android probably.
Damn, came for my life. Jesus.
I'm just being honest. 'Cause
Damn.
Look, see?
I see it.
Change account type.
I don't have that.
It says cash for business. Accept payments for goods and services. It's still free to send in just 2.75 when you receive.
Mm-hmm.
Same as fucking pretty much as PayPal. Yeah, so you could do it because I've learned because I use Cash App all the time, and I had a friend that had a business. He's like, yeah, and then you see it. It even gives you a little business logo too. It has a little logo next to it, and it shows you
Right.
that it's a business. So, Cash App, give us the bag. All right, I just
What does
gave
it
you
look like? A business building?
Yeah,
I think I have that for Arms and Studios. It says it on mine.
yeah. Then you might be good. You might already have it. It might already be.
Yeah,
set up as
it
business.
has it actually.
Yeah. So you're already. Yeah. So you're set up as a business already, technically. So your account is business.
But it says personal. So it has the icon, so I don't really care. It has the icon.
yeah, yours
I'm
is
cool.
business. So when you set it up, you did set it up for business.
Right. That's essentially. So when I
Yeah.
had Arms and Studio.
Ooh, that shit went blurry. I don't know what. Oh, there we go. We back.
Yeah, it'd be like bugging out, like, cause it has an autofocus feature.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when I did that with the phone, it was like, got me fucked up.
But all right, y'all. This was a dope episode. We talked about a little bit of everything. We kind of went in different tangents, but I think it was all healthy topics. So
Yeah, we went on a tangent.
it was good though. It was good.
That'll be for the Patreon.
Exactly. We gotta have a meeting and really talk about that because I think that we deadass do need one. I think all sexual content though, like all sexual topics.
So that pretty much means like another, not a podcast, but like maybe a send nudes podcast.
Maybe, but I would like keep it all therapy. But
I mean, sex therapy.
yeah, like those topics, like the ones we talk about, like those topics could be
That'd
all
be
there.
therapy out of degree.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a segment would be sex therapy, like
Exactly.
music therapy.
Yep, just on the Patreon, and that's why it's too. So it's kind of like kids. Well, we're not kids friendly, but like,
Far from that.
far from that. But just to keep it that segment right there. But all right, people. So I'm going to go and leave the house and hope that no one comes in my house. I have nothing to hide. People are nosy.
Yeah, make sure. Oh, never mind. Cause I was gonna say the camera equipment.
Oh yeah. No, we good. They're not gonna go through all that. They just be
hide
nosy.
in your room and whatnot. Cause people
Yeah.
think we're shooting pornos and shit.
Yeah. Right. Nah, man. Hey, you never know, man. Maybe I'll move in like a year or some shit. We'll see. Maybe we'll go somewhere.
You have your house with the Escalade.
that Escalade will be the house.
That's hilarious.
Let me not jinx myself.
That's hilarious.
But what am I gonna shout out for this week? I'm gonna give a shout out to my cousin Christy because it was a really, really poppin' wedding. Really, really dope wedding I went to. If anyone follows me on Instagram, you guys probably saw. It's hot. It's hot out here. Yeah, it tastes hilarious. But yeah. So we went to the wedding. The wedding was really, really dope. Shout out to them. Shout out to Christy. Shout out to Adam. It was really, really fun. It was a good time. It was a little hot out though, and I'm not gonna lie. I was really ready to get the fuck out those clothes because I'm not really like the one to dress up and shit. So I was really ready for that. And but it was cool. You know, Dad came out and shit. He was enjoying himself. I will say though, the fucking place I got the suit from, they fucking trash. I'm calling all you badass fucking companies out. All right, the fucking suit outlet on fucking Route 4, y'all were trash. Trash customer service, man.
You mean the one that you were wearing?
Yeah, the where I bought it from. I bought it from.
Oh, okay.
It was called the Suit Outlet on Route 4. Like dope products and shit, good prices, but the customer service was absolutely trash. And I get that a lot. I don't know why. Like I feel like I go to a lot of different businesses in certain places, and sometimes it's cool customer service, but then sometimes it's just like, oh, he got this. He fend for himself.
You don't want me to get started. That's a whole other podcast, Joe. On customer service. Like the moment I walk in and you just watch me walk by you and not say anything, and y'all in a group talking with each other, and it's like,
Bro, I walk in, the guy saw me, whatever. He's like, he starts helping me out. And first of all, like, I'm kind of, let him know what I need. I'm like, yo, I'm a bigger dude. I need something that's going to still make me look, any close to slim as possible. You know what I'm saying? Send me in the right direction. I'm gonna let you do your thing or whatever, right? So he finding me some shit. And then the second that he kind of notices that it's kind of going to be difficult to really find something my size and really like difficult to find me what we're looking for, he's like, I guess starting to remember that he was dealing with other clients or whatever. He's just like, oh yeah. He's like, he hits me with, all right, I'm gonna have somebody else help you out. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like you were clearly with me for a good fucking 7 minutes. Like now I gotta fucking re-talk to this whole dude and have this. You already fucking gave me the measurements. Now I gotta have this guy do it. Like what the fuck, man? Like this shit is just annoying. And I'm not even the one to get pissed and aggravated about shit. I don't even know. But I'm like whatever. He sends me to the fucking the new guy. First of all, I'm waiting there for like 15 minutes. Zane would have never. I'm waiting there for like 15 minutes just solo.
Oh, you know better. You know better.
I'm just waiting there for fucking homeboy, for the new guy to come up and see me. He finally comes through. He looks at me real quick, says something, 1, 2, 3, says something, walks away. And I'm like, oh, all right. This is what the fuck I'm dealing with now. And then I start looking, and I ain't find shit to what I was supposed to get. Like the size I really wanted to get, that the first guy kind of like guided me to. He's like, yeah, you'll kind of need that. Whatever.
So he didn't tell you shit.
Yeah, it just was trash customer service. Pretty much I just ended up having to just fucking finish the shit and do the shit my fucking self. Which I don't fucking care because I'm usually that fucking guy. But I guess I get upset sometimes when it's like, yo, like I'm never the one to fucking ask for shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like the one time where I'm like kind of putting it in like your hands, or I'm fucking saying, yo, like, fucking, help me out here because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing or whatever. Or like I don't feel like, because I probably could have sat there for fucking 5 hours and figured out which is Act 1. But it's like, I don't got time for that shit. Do your fucking job with me. Usually I'm not even that guy. So it's like when that time does happen, then I'm like, yo, like, fucking do your job, fucking, because I know you probably get commission on this shit too. That's when it fucking pisses me off the most.
Right.
Like I know one of y'all getting commission, and it's like, oh, what? Maybe did I say something that, you weren't really gonna get commission for? Because I maybe was like, oh well, I don't really know if I want the whole suit. I might just get a jacket, whatever. Like, yo, I've been in the fucking business.
I guess the people do that. They do that all the time. Where it's like I'm just, when you talking, and then the moment they sound like they're not buying nothing, they're like, all right, I'm gonna hand you to somebody else. Oh, you're not
Yeah.
buying like 2 suits or 3 suits. All right, I'm not even gonna waste my time on
Which-
this one. I got somebody to help you
Which
with that.
I totally get. I 1,000% get, right? Because I worked in the business and I understand. You got to make your money, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if what I'm getting is not going to make you the right bag, 1,000% send me off to somebody else. But you need to do the send off correctly. That's where they fuck up, is the send off. And I've watched that happen multiple times in the cell phone industry. Is like, okay, you don't want to deal with this person, or you got some other shit you got to deal with. That's one of the biggest things that me and my old fucking manager, fucking Will, used to always talk about to other employees, is that send off, even in the restaurant industry. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to pass it to another server, that shit needs to be fucking smooth. That shit needs to be clean as fuck. Because the second you fuck that up, the whole experience is just out the fucking door. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to send it off to somebody, you got to make sure that you have a free employee and that they know the situation and it's a smooth handoff. And that shit was just trash. So that's just a lesson just to anybody that's in the fucking industry of selling or in customer service. Like, yo, get your shit off. If it's not going to make you money, get them the fuck out of there. I'm all for that. Because your money is the number one important fucking thing. You got to get your bag. But do the send off correctly. And that's it. Joe Wren's done. Insane.
That needs to be its own little segment.
What?
Like, don't have trash service.
Yeah.
But on a good note, I found.
Oh, hold on. Let me hit you back. Hold on, real quick. Let me take this. Hello.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
Are you home?
Yeah, I'm home.
Oh, okay. All right, my brother's here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll come right out.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Bye-bye.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I do have to go outside. But what was it, Zane? Finish it.
Nah, I was gonna say I have the Zoom F6.
The
And I
fuck?
bought it off the site that I told you, and they sent it to me. All I gotta do is just pay the rest of the payments.
Send me photos of that.
It's called the F6, and I'll explain what. So it has a 32-bit float, which means I could yell at the top of my lungs, and there's no clipping. I could bring it down. You won't even notice I was yelling at the top of my lungs.
Wow.
I could put it next to an engine car, and it sounds like it peaks, and it'll look like, how it looks like when things peak. And
Yeah.
It's blocky. I could bring it down, and it'll normalize.
And it will be like nothing ever happened.
So, because there's a lot more information to work with. It's equivalent. It's equivalent to a RAW versus like a JPEG when I take my pictures and whatnot. So there's a lot more information to recover. So pretty much there's no more peaking issues anymore. So this is my new film recorder.
We gotta see
Pretty
that.
penny.
Sorry,
But yeah,
people. I do gotta go because they're all here knocking at the door.
So
All right,
I'll
guys.
catch you later, brother.
Peace, guys.
Peace.